I welcome you all to our YouTube channel. Now our today's topic is limitation of Schrodinger wave equation. Now we know for macroscopic particle we use generally the classical laws, that is the Newton's law of motion. But for microscopic particles we need some quantum laws, and the motion in microscopic particles can be explained by Schrodinger wave equation. But there are some situations where the Schrodinger wave equation cannot be applied. So let's see those situations. First, we know that Schrodinger wave equation is for non-relativistic quantum particles. That means whose velocity is not comparable to the velocity of light. But for relativistic particle whose velocity is comparable to the velocity of light, when we apply the quantum mechanics, that means when we apply the Schrodinger wave equation, then it can't explain those situations. So for example, for photons which is moving with the velocity of light, we can't apply Schrodinger wave equation here. The second problem is that in the process where the particle number is not preserved, we can't explain those situations with the help of Schrodinger wave equation. For example, for beta decay process, if you observe carefully, one neutron is converted into an electron, one proton and one antineutrino. Here the important thing is that before the reaction it has only one, that means there are only one particle. But after the reaction there are three particles, 1, 2, 3. That means here the particle number is not conserved. So we can't apply Schrodinger wave equation here. Third situation is the creation and destruction. So the process where creation and destruction takes place, we can't apply Schrodinger wave equation there. So as for example, for pair production where two gamma photon interact to give one electron and one positron, and in the reverse, that means in the annihilation process one positron and one electron interact to give two gamma photons. So in such process we can't apply Schrodinger wave equation. Next, the major issue is it not describing the spin. That means we know the Schrodinger wave equation doesn't give any information about the spin of the particles, but that means it generally consider all the particles as spin 0 particles. But there are some spin 1 particles, spin half particles. So to explain those particles, the motion of those particles, we need some other modified equation which are called Klein-Gordon equation for spin 0 particles, Dirac equation for spin half particles, and Maxwell equation and Procka equation for spin 1 particles. That means with the help of these three equations or these three laws, we can explain or we can get some information about the spin of the particles, but with the help of Schrodinger wave equation we get nothing about the spin of the particles. The next problem is that the space-time symmetry. If you observe Schrodinger wave equation carefully, there are two terms. These for free particles. There are two terms. The first term is the second order space derivative, and this term is first order time derivative. That means space here second order and time is first order. So there is no symmetry of space and time. So it can't explain the space-time symmetry. But if you apply Klein-Gordon equation or Dirac equation, then you see for Klein-Gordon equation there is a both second order space and time, and in Dirac equation both first order space and time. So these two equations can explain space-time symmetry, but Schrodinger wave equation cannot explain space-time symmetry. So thank you.